You're on the elevator on the way up to your apartment, holding the door for a neighbor you barely know, offering them a warm, genuine smile. You text a coworker back with a friendly, accommodating sign-off. You are patient, you are polite. Then you walk through your front door. Someone you love asks a completely harmless question, like how your day went or what the plan is for dinner, and you snap. The voice that was warm and soft 2 minutes ago is suddenly sharp, short, and cold. It doesn't make sense. The people we die for are so often the people who get our worst behavior. We don't suddenly become cruel. We don't stop loving them. So why do the people we love end up getting the version of us we'd never show anyone else? The more I looked for an answer, the more I realized this wasn't random. I kept running into the same patterns. These are the 7 blind spots that kept showing up again and again. 1. We treat home like a pressure valve. This split personality behavior happens because of a strange paradox of safety. Home is the one place where the social consequences drop to 0. All day long, the world demands a performance. We swallow our complaints, mask our irritation, and smile through frustration because we cannot afford the professional or social cost of losing our temper in public. But because we know the people at home won't fire us or abandon us, the performance ends the moment the key turns in the lock. We don't snap at them because we've stopped caring. We snap because we finally feel safe enough to collapse. We give our finest posture to the world and offer our emotional scraps to the people who matter most. 2. We defend our intentions instead of their pain. If you accidentally upset someone you love, notice the very first thing that leaves your mouth. A friend or a partner gathers the courage to tell you that a passing comment you made at lunch really stung, and the instinct is almost always, "That's not what I meant at all, you're taking it the wrong way." We do this because hearing that we caused harm feels like an attack on who we are. So we spend 20 minutes defending our motives, trying to remain the good guy in our own head. But when you step on someone's foot, they don't need an explanation of your walking strategy. They just need you to get off their foot and acknowledge their pain for a minute. 3. We keep score. You can usually tell a relationship is under strain, not by how much people are fighting, but by how much they are secretly calculating. We remember the times we apologized first, even when we didn't think we were wrong. We remember when we chose to pretend something didn't hurt just to avoid a fight, or when we carried the entire weight of the conversation while the other person stayed silent. We keep carrying these compromises for months, letting the numbers add up. And then a massive explosion happens because someone forgot to buy milk. The milk argument was never about the milk. It was the moment the balance sheet finally collapsed. 4. We argue with the conversation we imagined. Have you ever found yourself furious at someone before they've even said a single word to you? You spend the entire commute home rehearsing a difficult conversation in your head. You predict exactly how defensive they will be, and you practice your counterarguments. By the time you pull into the driveway, your posture is rigid and your teeth are clenched. To protect ourselves, we script the dialogue in advance, and we always write the other person as the villain. When you walk through the door, they just say a neutral, warm, "Hey," but you answer with your armor already locked in place. We walk through the front door ready for a war, fighting a ghost we created. 5. We stop noticing invisible effort. Look closely at the adjustments someone makes just to keep your day smooth. The way they change the subject when a topic comes up that makes you anxious. The way they absorb your bad mood after a long shift without throwing it back at you. Or how they alter their driving route because they know a specific highway stresses you out. When you receive this kind of care, you never see the effort. You only experience the comfort. The things someone does for us every single day slowly stop feeling like choices they're making. They start feeling like the way life naturally works. We stop recognizing them as gifts because our brain files them under normal. That's why you rarely notice the water bottle waiting beside your bed every night. You only notice it on the night it isn't there. 6. We mistake familiarity for understanding. The longer we know someone, the more we start confusing familiarity with understanding. We sit at the same dinner table, learn their routines, know what time they come home, and how they take their coffee. But knowing someone's habits isn't the same as knowing their mind. The truth is, we're only ever seeing a small fraction of what another person is carrying. The conversations they're replaying on the drive home, the worries they haven't found words for yet, the doubts they keep entirely to themselves. Instead, we fill in the missing pieces ourselves. We assume we know why they're acting differently. We assume we know what they meant. We assume we know what they're feeling. And after enough years, we stop checking whether we're right. When was the last time you asked someone you love what they've been thinking about lately and listened as if you didn't already know the answer? 7. We stop saying what we think is already understood. Think about the last time you felt grateful someone was in your life. Maybe they made your favorite meal. Maybe they picked you up after a long day. Maybe you simply looked at them and thought, "I'm really lucky they're here." And then you never actually said it. The longer a feeling stays true, the easier it becomes to assume it no longer needs to be expressed. We operate under the assumption that, after enough time, love goes without saying. But just because you've been thinking something for years doesn't mean the other person has been hearing it. We leave the people we love to starve for words we've already said 1,000 times inside our own heads. Looking back, I don't think these patterns happen because we stop caring. They happen because familiarity changes the rules. What once required attention slowly begins to run on autopilot. We stop treating love like something we actively create and start treating it like something that will simply take care of itself. But relationships don't survive on feelings alone. They survive in the ordinary moments where we choose patience over reaction, curiosity over certainty, and appreciation over silence. The longer someone stays in our life, the more intentional we have to become. Not because the love is fading, but because familiarity keeps tempting us to stop participating in it. The people we love rarely need grand gestures. They need to keep feeling chosen in ordinary moments. Maybe that's the real work of loving someone, not keeping the feeling alive, keeping it visible. If you finally found the words for how you feel today, welcome. New reflections are shared every Sunday. Feel free to stay a while.